When you first meet someone, within 0.3 seconds of eye contact, a silent conversation between your souls has already happened. Ancient shamanic wisdom teaches that every person gives off a unique energy field, and our natural intuition is the ability to read these invisible signals. Modern quantum physics surprisingly supports this. Research shows the human body has a measurable electromagnetic field, and this energy field creates subtle feelings of connection or discomfort when we interact with others. When you learn to trust this built-in wisdom, you'll have less confusion and doubt in relationships. Before going further, it's important to understand the difference between intuition and prejudice. Intuition is your soul's inner sensing, while prejudice is judging based on surface labels. Both involve quick judgments, but they are very different. If you feel uneasy about someone's energy, that's intuition. But if you assume someone is bad because of their race, clothing, or accent, that's prejudice. In a world that values logic and analysis, what we might need most is to listen to our inner signals and trust that part of us that recognizes another soul at first sight. Intuition often speaks through physical reactions. When you meet someone, do you get a headache or a tight stomach? Or do your shoulders relax? These are subconscious signals. Try noticing these energy signals. Heart area, center of chest warmth or expansion usually means a soul-level connection. Tightness or sharpness may be a warning of mismatched energy. Solar plexus, above the stomach, this is your personal power center. Discomfort or nausea here often means the other person's energy may threaten your boundaries. Lisa's story shows how intuition goes beyond appearances. When she first met her now husband, she felt a warm light in her chest, even though he was unemployed and messy looking. 5 years later, this unqualified man became her greatest support. On the other hand, a business executive, Mr. Chen, ignored a strange ache in his right shoulder during a meeting and later partnered with a company involved in a financial scandal. His body sensed the risk before his logic did, but he dismissed the feeling by focusing on financial reports. Here's an exercise to develop your intuition. When you have a strong reaction to someone, ask yourself: 1. What's my first feeling when looking into their eyes? 2. When we shake hands or hug, what part of my body reacts? 3. During conversation, when did my emotions shift the most? 4. After parting, what physical feeling lingers? 5. If this person looked or acted differently, would I still feel the same? 6. After 3 deep breaths, does this feeling grow stronger or fade? With practice, you'll discover intuition's greatest gift, recognizing your soul family, people you've shared deep connections with across lifetimes. Signs you've met a soul family member include: 1. Time feels distorted, hours together feel like minutes. 2. Unspoken understanding, you know what they'll say before they speak, or you often say the same thing at the same time. 3. Inner peace, silence feels comfortable. 4. Energy lingering, you still feel their presence after parting. When you meet a soul family member, the universe often confirms it in multiple ways, like a spiritual GPS. But remember, these connections aren't just for comfort. Soul families help each other grow, sometimes through conflict, to break old patterns from past lives. When you recognize these deep bonds, every relationship becomes a path for spiritual growth. Developing intuition doesn't mean rejecting logic, it's about balancing both. First impressions are starting points, not final judgments. As indigenous elders say, use the left brain to understand the world, the right brain to feel it, but use your whole being to know the truth. Remember, every meeting is part of a divine plan, and your intuition is the inner compass guiding you. When you trust this natural wisdom, relationships become less confusing and more meaningful, a beautiful journey for your soul. If this message resonates with you, please subscribe and comment. Thank you.